This week on the Hearts of Gold podcast, I had the opportunity to sit down with Cindy Daniluke, who is the director of the Oroville State Theatre. She runs it all. She's involved in so many different things, and we talked about everything from her involvement with stage to the Any Given Child initiative, and also getting out of your comfort zone, which you will not want to miss. It is such a heartwarming episode, and I cannot wait for you to hear it. So join us today on the Hearts of Gold podcast.
Just really a heart of gold.
I mean, she's tough, but she has a heart of gold.
I'm a problem solver and I have a heart of gold. Thank you, Jaymes.
See, ladies, a heart of gold.
But I know you have a heart of gold and have done many good deeds.
You've been most helpful.
Yeah, that's me. Heart of gold.
You have a heart of gold.
18 karat.
Hello and welcome to the Hearts of Gold podcast, where we every week have someone from the local community onto the podcast, and I love to interview them and kind of mine for some gold because we believe that they have a heart of gold. And that's what we do here. We want to highlight those local voices. And today we are so excited to have in the studio none other than Cindy Daniluke, who I don't know if you know this, but she is kind of the person who makes everything run. And when I say everything, I mean everything. When we're talking about Heart of Gold, I think about this physical place in the heart of downtown, which is none other than the State Theatre.
Yes.
Which has been beautifully restored. And so I just am so excited to have you here and to kind of learn about you and to go into what you're passionate about and all of the things. So we have some questions, but first, just a little bit more about you. I know we have you kind of fill out this little bio, which you're very humble. She wrote like 2 lines, and it doesn't even begin to describe everything that you're involved in, but I will read it. It says, Cindy, you're the executive director of the State Theatre Arts Guild Incorporated, which is STAGE, the acronym STAGE, and it oversees the historic Oroville State Theatre, and also the Ensuring the Arts for Any Given Child program.
Yes.
And various other Arts Guild endeavors. It's like, and ... everything
Yes.
else. And so I'm just so excited to have you here. Thank you for saying yes to a video podcast because, when we first started doing this, I was like, we'll just do audio because that's usually what I listen to. But my husband, James, was like, no, it's gotta be video. It's gotta be elaborate and all the things. And I said, okay. So then I said, hey, you want to be on this podcast? And you're like, okay, well, it's video.
Maybe.
Okay. So kind of how I like to start is to do your golden beginning. So this is kind of like your origin story. We want to get to know you and who you are and how you got here. So do you have a bit of an origin story, Cindy Daniluke?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me, and thank you for all the nice things you said.
Oh, yes. Well, every one of it. And I said, we need a longer list. So.
Well, I came to Oroville. My dad worked on the dam, and my grandpa.
Really?
And so
In the
in the 60s.
60s. Okay.
Yep, we moved here in
Okay.
1961.
Wow.
And so I was kind of a construction brat. So, we had come from Trinity Dam.
Wow. Okay.
And then we go to Oroville Dam, and we were here. And then we moved to Modesto for 3 years for the Don Pedro Dam.
Oh my goodness. Oh, you really were like.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then after that, we still have property up here, so we moved back. And my dad, he moved around to get the rest of his hours in, and so we were able to stay. So I pretty much lived here my whole life.
Wow.
And,
oh my gosh. James's grandparents moved here. His grandpa, he has a story. I should have him tell it. But his grandpa had a 3rd grade education, and he wasn't planning on continuing. But they gave him some dynamite and said, "You can blow up the side of a mountain, with your education," and that's what he did.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was good money.
Yeah.
Very labor intensive, a lot of long hours.
Yeah.
But it was a good career that, they could support their families, good medical benefits and things like that. So,
Yeah.
so it was good. So, that was my introduction to Oroville.
Okay.
And I've been here ever since. I, graduated from Las Plumas and I graduated from Chico State.
Okay.
So.
Oh my gosh. So like a true Butte
Yep.
County,
Yep.
born and raised. I love that so much. I graduated from LP as well.
Yep.
James was Oroville, and our oldest is now at Oroville. So, oh yeah, I hear him whistling back there. But I just love that so much. See, I didn't know any of this coming into this. So tell me more, because so growing up in Butte County, I mean, and just before this, I had asked you had a business, or you were an accountant.
Yes.
For a while, which, I mean, there's some stuff you got to do.
Yeah, I am.
To get that credential and all of that.
Yeah, I actually, I had started Butte College, and I thought I wanted to be a lawyer.
Wow. Okay.
And so I took some criminal justice, and I thought, well, I don't know about this. And so, but then I got married and had a child, and so I dropped out of school, and I was working at a local manufacturing company in, accounting, accounts payable, and stuff like that. And the controller job opened up, and I thought, I could do that, but I need an education.
Yeah.
And so I went back to school, and they were very supportive. I worked full-time, went to school at night. Took me 10 years.
Oh my gosh.
And I got my accounting degree and production operations management degree.
Wow. They did that.
Yes.
That's so great when
it was.
employers can do that.
They
and
do, because otherwise
they want you. They
Yes.
want you to
Yeah. So
stay
that
with
was, just a blessing for me. And then actually, once I graduated at 40.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And so just starting a new career, and that position opened up. And so I actually worked in that position for about 17 years before I retired.
Okay.
And then I wasn't quite ready to retire, so I worked for Palermo School District.
Okay.
As well.
I did know that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that was very interesting, where I went from, working in private business to, public education.
Yes.
Very different. But it was nice to be out in the public and see the kids and feel like, you're kind of making more of a difference.
Yeah. Instead of, I don't know how like computers, right? Behind a screen.
Yeah,
entering
exactly.
data,
And you're looking at, profit and loss statement, and it's all dependent on decisions. But then you get in the public sector, and, the money pretty much flows.
You hope.
Exactly, but it's just a whole different environment. So that was a lot of fun. And during that time, I was on the board of directors for Stage as the director of finance.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I did that for about 7 years. And then in 2021, Stage became the owner of the theater. The city of Oroville gave it to us.
Okay. And Stage is the nonprofit
Yes.
that now owns the State Theater.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
It was originally started in the 70s by a group that wanted to build the Performing Arts Center.
Oh, okay.
And when the United Artists wanted to sell it in the 80s, they went to the city and said, hey, we'll put in our money if you buy it. So the city bought it, and Stage helped, and they ran it for about 20 years, and then they were having financial trouble. And so they, Stage stepped up again and said, we'd like to run it. And we did that with mostly volunteers from 2015 to 2021. Kept it going.
Okay.
And in 2021, the city gifted us the theater for $1.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
2021. That hasn't been that
No,
long.
it's only been 4.5 years.
Yeah. But you had been involved
Yes. Since 2015.
Yes. Yes. Which I remember. That must have been right around that time, because we moved back. Our family lived in Seattle for a minute, but we moved back in 2014, and I was working at the hospital. And during that time, I remember Mandy Wentz was involved with Stage.
Yeah, she was on our board.
Yes, and really promoting that. And I remember thinking, like, what is Stage? Like, what is this? So that was right around that time, I think. Wow. Oh my gosh. That's so wait, so you said, because 40 when you went back to school, or when you graduated?
When I graduated.
Did I miss it? What was before that?
I was still working in an accounting role.
Okay.
But just not as an accountant.
I
So,
see. So it had always kind of been.
Yeah. And when I started doing that, I thought, oh, I like this better. I know I would like the numbers and stuff. So
Yeah. Which it's so interesting because now you're a numbers person, systems, looking at profit and loss statements, and yet here you are, the director of the State Theater,
Yes.
essentially.
Yes.
Like, which is the heart of the performing arts, I
Right.
feel like, in downtown Oroville. So how did that happen?
So the board, originally we had tried, so I was doing a part-time executive director because we recognized that we needed to create a business model now that we had it. And we were looking at hiring a theater manager.
Okay.
And so we did that, and then we kind of realized we're just really not established enough. And it was very cumbersome for the board to try and run the business. So they said, hey, can you do both? Because I had the background in, production operations management is, setting things up and then the accounting. And so I stepped off the board and I retired from the school district.
Okay. Yes.
And then stepped into the executive director / theater manager role. And so my goal has been to set up all the business models,
Okay.
bylaws, job descriptions, salary schedules, preferred
All of the-
vendors, all of the things, and documenting them and keeping them, in a shared place so that somebody can step in. Eventually,
Yes.
this will be handed off to where, a theater manager will have all the tools to step in.
Yeah.
And then probably either it'll be another part-time executive director or the board.
Yeah. So you're working yourself out of a job.
That's my
in
goal.
the future.
Yeah. That would be the ultimate goal.
Yes.
You
But
know.
you're super in the weeds, like creating all of those systems and the there's different personality types that really, really love to focus on the details. I am one of those. So probably not as much as that, but just really setting up all of the, what is it called? The business world, the SOPs, the
Yes.
standard operating procedures. See, I know something, a little bit of that.
Well, like one of the first thing I did is because the city had owned the theater, it was like the city junk drawer.
Oh.
So every extra
junk
piece
drawers.
of it, yeah,
they're the worst.
let's give it to the theater,
Yeah.
and so
Like the catch-all of
it
everything.
was,
Yeah.
and it was used for a long time because there was no money, and so I went in because I was used to something called 5S, which is clean, sort, standardize, all that kind of stuff. So we hauled out 14 trailer loads
Oh my goodness.
of junk. Big heavy metal desks. They had saved the twin screens from the 1980s and rolled them up.
Oh my good. I remember those.
Yes.
Because you would show, because it used to
There was
have
a wall down the
There
middle.
was a wall and it would show two different movies.
Yeah.
I think we watched Sleepless in Seattle
Yeah.
in that theater. I don't know which side, but I'm sure
Yeah.
it was one of the sides.
Yeah. So it had the
What?
twin, so there was just all kinds of stuff. And the tech team, everything that they needed on the stage, like microphones and equipment, was all up in the balcony.
Oh, wow.
So, we set things up, we cleared it out, we got cabinets that we could lock if we needed to, and put things at point of use. So it's easy for them to set up the stage and,
Yeah.
just trying to standardize things. Everything has its place because when we have an amazing tech team. We are so lucky. We have dedicated people who are very talented, and especially on a part-time, they're only hired when we have
An event or something.
an event that needs it, or a concert or whatever.
Yeah.
And so setting it up so everything's in the same place, so whoever comes behind them. And so a lot of
Love
those
that.
kind of things have streamlined things. They reduce labor costs for people who want to rent
Yes.
and make it easier on the
Right.
staff. Yeah.
Yeah, like really doing your future, well, hopefully not your future self, but someone's self. So you're doing that future person that comes in, whether to rent it or to take over. Like such a gift to have everything so organized and meticulously like, okay, this has this spot, this has this spot. You were able to do that with a mess. So
Yeah.
if someone were to come and like hand you, do you do this for other people? Do you? No, sorry. You're gonna take my junk drawer and can you organize it?
Can you organize?
That
Yeah.
would be fantastic.
Yeah.
No, I love that. So normally I head into like the Yellow Brick Road, which is like how you got to Butte County, and you've already shared with us all of that. And I know we kind of went on a little tangent because I just am so just enthralled with the State Theater and what it's become. It's just such a lovely gem, just a lovely gem in our community. And so speaking of hidden gems, the State Theater isn't necessarily hidden. It's kind of out there for all to see, especially with the new
marquee.
With the marquee and the new, is it neon lights or the restored
Yes.
neon lights? But we do like to ask about hidden gems. And so if you, around Butte County in this northern region, are there any hidden gems that you love, that you think more people should know about?
I think overall downtown Oroville.
Hey.
I think there's so many things to offer down here. Whether it's the State Theater or Birdcage Theater or the shops or the restaurants, and then the river. It's easy to walk, and I just think it's amazing. And I think we're doing good things so that it'll grow and drawing people to this area.
I love that. I know, and when I hear downtown, I used to. I don't think this anymore, but before we had the studio down in town and things like this, and I was getting more involved, I used to think of downtown as Oro Dam and the freeway, the exit. So what is that? Oro Dam and Feather. Thank you. Where the movie theater was, because that's where I would always know whenever I would be driving to work back in. When I worked at the movie theater, Feather River Cinemas, I'll give them a shout out.
Yep.
When we would drive down there, it would be rush hour. We're like, oh, there's so much traffic downtown, And so that's for those of you who don't know, that's not historic downtown.
No.
And so the downtown that you're referring to is
the historic downtown.
The district
Montgomery,
area.
yes, down at Myers and stuff, and that was part of the appeal with wanting to actually work at the theater. It's like I wanted some place that I could walk down the street, I could walk to the post office, I could walk down to get lunch or a cup of coffee, and know the people and be involved with the people, and it has not disappointed.
Love that. And how often are you there? I mean, are you there just when?
No, if it's open, I'm always there.
Okay.
I'm actually there most days.
Okay.
But quite often I'm up in my office working on things like that. So
it's locked. The door's locked. You can't just walk in. Okay. Make an appointment.
Yeah. No. And I think I'm getting to the point where I want to set up some, standard 2 hour-hours or something like that.
Yeah.
But people are always welcome, to make arrangements, and, I'll give them a tour, and, we can play the organ and
yes. So the organ, it's a big name. What's it called?
Mighty Wurlitzer organ.
Mighty Wurlitzer. Wurlitzer organ.
Theater organ.
And so what is different? What makes it a theater organ?
It has all the instruments of like, an orchestra or a band, because it was designed to be the music accompaniment to silent movies. Or vaudeville.
Oh my gosh. See, I don't know any of this stuff. So, and I know it was such a big, because kind of had like a grand opening of that organ when it was restored. So to silent movies?
Yes, that's when the theater opened in 1928. It was a silent movie vaudeville theater. And it had an organ, not this one, but a smaller one.
Okay.
And they actually put in a smaller one because talkies were starting to come out. So they did it to save money.
What is it?
Talkies.
Talkies.
Talkie movies.
Talkie, like with like audio.
Yep.
Dialogue.
Yep.
Oh, how funny. They're called talkies?
Talkies.
I thought of
back then it was.
But if my kids love the snack Takis.
Oh.
I don't know if you heard of Takis. It's anyway, they're very spicy chips. So that's where my brain
went.
went.
The TAK. No.
Not sponsored by Takis. That's so fun. I love that.
And so this organ was donated to us, and David Dewey a great historian around town. He led the effort to get it installed.
Wow.
Started in 2018, and it costs about $250,000 with mostly free labor.
Wow.
Just to do it. And we have one of about 200 working theater organs in the U.S.
Oh my gosh, one of 200?
There's
That's-
1,100 pipes.
Okay. In this
Yep,
organ.
they're up in the walls. They're called the chambers on either side.
Gosh.
And there's actual instruments. It's all run by a blower.
Okay.
And so there's like an actual, a drum that will hit the drum and cymbals, and it's all activated.
So cool. And you've played it before.
Well, so what
you-
I can do is we have a program that's like a player piano program.
Oh,
so
okay.
those keystrokes have been recorded from our console.
Okay.
And so I can activate that. So it actually runs all the pipes and everything.
Oh, that's so cool. So you can do kind of like a demonstration and
Yes,
all of that.
yes.
I love that. Oh,
Yeah.
that's so, I mean, we have this in our town. I'm
Yes,
just like, what?
yes.
How cool is that?
It is amazing.
Oh my goodness. Very, very cool. Well, so kind of moving into, I always like to, and we have, our little segments are based on gold. So, it is the Hearts of Gold podcast. We are a gold rush community region. And you know what? We're just owning it. We're kind of reclaiming that because, it's kind of kitschy, but I think it's fun. So your business nugget, your business golden nugget. So kind of like if you had to explain to people, which we've kind of dove into all of these things already, but a quick summary of what you do in the community. What's kind of your elevator pitch? What would you tell people if I were to meet you around the corner?
So I'm the executive director, but that has also led to being involved in a lot of other groups, the Downtown Business Association, Explore Butte County. I'm on their local tourism
Yes.
board as well.
Yes.
And so it's really led me to meet and be involved with a lot of people and have connections, which is a huge help for the theater. And
Yeah.
even, like with you, when you opened your business and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
I am the treasurer for the Oroville Botanical Garden and Education Center.
I didn't know that. See, just add that to the list.
Yeah. So
Of course you are.
of course I am. So, but it's nice. I've often said that I feel like there's about 24 people that are, trying to do everything.
We were just saying this before we started filming. It was like the
solid volunteers,
Yeah.
and there are multiple groups. And so it would be nice to have more, but that's, kind of what it is. But
yeah.
so
now.
that's it. So I'm the one that, kind of gets involved in a lot of things. And even now, the theater is expanding into more of an arts related.
Yes, we were talking
effort.
about this. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, and even with the overseeing of the Any Given Child
Yes.
initiative, which was which you can look on their website, look at their page. There's a page dedicated to that. You guys just kind of took over, or the baton, I guess, was passed from Butte County Office of Education, which Any Given Child initiative is through the Kennedy Center.
Yes.
But Butte County Office of Education was overseeing it and then passed the baton to the State Theater. So tell us a little bit about that and what.
So Jennifer Spangler with BCOE was really passionate about going for this grant with the Kennedy Center to ensure the arts for any given child for 3 different school districts here in town. Mary Sakuma, the superintendent, was very supportive, along with a lot of other businesses and or organizations. And so Stage was involved from the very beginning. And so we had been part of the implementation committee as it's gone, and we're now entering our 5th year.
Wow. Okay.
And it was decided to move the backbone from BCOE to Stage.
Yeah.
And so BCOE is still heavily involved, very
Yes.
supportive, but it will now be under the nonprofit Stage
That
to
umbrella.
run the meetings and keep things going and manage the finances and things like that.
Yeah. Which I think it's just so smart and really just in alignment with all of it.
Yes.
It makes sense. I love that. I love that so much. I like to kind of go a little bit deeper with this
Okay.
next question. We kind of mine the heart for the gold. And so I like to ask, why did you choose this work? And by this work, I mean, again, kind of going back to this numbers background, financial background, accounting, and then with now this crossover with the arts. What, I guess more specifically with the State Theater, why did you choose this work? What gets you up in the morning and excited to go and open the doors, turn on the marquee?
I think it was something really out of my comfort zone.
Ooh.
The creative part was not, comfortable to me, or, that I had, I've had to reach out to other people and depend on other people for that. So I'm very grateful that there's so many in the community that have that skill. Then a little bit, like I said, at a point in my life where it was nice to be kind of more involved in something more personal. And downtown turned into that. And then where, I had the opportunity to kind of put both of my degrees to work and set things up.
Because you're using now, I think I talked about this earlier today, but like kind of both, there's that analytical side and this creative side of the brain.
Yes. To set things up and then, do the numbers. So that was appealing to me as well. And, the challenge to, get us set up, have us sustain ourselves over time, because the arts typically do not pay for themselves.
Typically. They take a little while to get going.
They do, and they take outside support.
Yes.
And so we tried really hard doing a lot of programming and trying to build that, thinking, that was the silver bullet. And no, those cost money,
Yes.
And so now we are kind of expanding into, we're reaching out to our community, to our business partners. We're very grateful that we have been chosen by Golden Valley Bank to be a grant recipient.
Wait, what is in that title? Golden Valley Bank?
Golden Valley Bank, yes.
They have not sponsored this podcast yet.
They're sponsoring us.
Yes.
And
I love that. So the grant through Golden Valley Bank.
They're doing $100,000 worth of grants this year for 20 years.
Wow.
And they're $20,000 each, and so they are awarding us a $20,000 grant.
Oh my gosh, that's so
they're
amazing.
asking us to go out and ask our membership to match.
Okay.
And so that's coming together now.
Okay, I love that. It's a little fire,
It is,
yeah.
Yes, and so they're our bank, and so
mine too. Again, not sponsored yet.
So creating those community partners,
yes.
Which a lot of businesses in the community do.
Yeah.
But kind of reaching out for a little bit, bigger amount.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that we've reaching out to do is there's each county in the state has a local arts partner, and there's only one, and it's designated by the Butte County supervisors. Usually lasts for 2 or 3 years, and with that designation and meeting the other criteria of a nonprofit, you're automatically qualified for California Arts Council grants.
Ooh, okay.
And so, we have...
That's big.
Yeah, we have gone out to, it's currently held by a group in Chico.
Okay.
And so the Butte County Board of Supervisors have committed to come up with a process where multiple agencies can compete for it.
Okay.
If that's, if the other group still wants to. So
yeah.
A lot of what we're doing, it involves being an arts hub for all of Butte County. Having a website and social media and all, you're kind of the one-stop shop for the arts, along with other things. And so that's the direction that we're growing into.
That's exciting. That's such a big, that's a big thing.
It is. We're hopeful
for that.
Yes. And so, we're hoping that works out for us, early next year.
What for those watching, is there anything that the community can do to help that along, or like what is it?
We may, when we apply for it, actually may, ask for, support from the community
Okay.
As well. Because
Like financial support or
no,
type
probably
of just support?
more, letters or, things
Oh,
like
I
that.
see. Yes, kind of
Yes.
writ like that. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's good
Showing,
to know.
that, we're good at what we do.
Yeah.
And we're good at building, things for artists. Like
Yes.
on October 4th, we're offering an arts market.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yes.
we're-
I have been actually no. I met another local artist who does pastel.
Oh, nice.
Drawings, paintings. I never know with pastel because it's such a. it's like a different, than like sketching or whatever. My medium is photography, so I'm sorry. But yeah, so I was telling them about it. How they might want to.
Yeah,
look into that.
it's free to artists. We want them to be able to show their work and
Yes.
highlight downtown. We're blocking off a block of Myers, and it's like this is a great place for artists.
Yes.
So-
And it's so needed. I think just that, that's, well, and I grew up always participating in art. I didn't realize it till actually very recently of how much the arts have affected my life. I was involved with the Birdcage Theater, which is, right down the street, with Kid Cage, and participating in that. And then I was able to write and direct a play with some of my high school friends, like one of my, like our sophomore year of high school. It was so much fun. And then always in the band, so the musical arts. And then I was always taking art classes from Mr. Hansen, Ted Hansen, who was the art teacher at, it was then Central Middle School, but now it's the studios at Central. So they've always been a part of my life, which has really made me, I think, who I am today. And so
I think it's important,
very, very much,
to have it available and enjoy it and showcase people's work. It's a lot of effort and talent that struggles for a market.
Yes, yes. Well, and you said something earlier about getting out of your comfort zone. And I admire that so much because nobody likes to be uncomfortable. I don't know a person who does, except maybe those people that go to the gym every single day. Like, what's up with that? Like, I don't know. That's maybe they really enjoy that. I would love to get to that level where I like enjoy that level of discomfort. But I think there's something to that about even just personal growth of like doing something that doesn't come naturally to you, I think is super important for just like a well-rounded and fulfilling life. And so the fact that you like leaned into it, now look where you are.
Yeah, exactly. If I hadn't, I wouldn't have these other opportunities and, wouldn't be able to, offer this to the community. So,
yeah, that's awesome. Oh, I love that so much. Going even deeper, if you will, and feel free, answer or not. I like to go into, the segment is called Fool's Gold. And really it's just a question of, if you have any challenges, like, can you think of any challenges either right now that you're facing, which you did, we're trying to, as you said, we're excited about, State Theater's excited about getting this, I've already lost it, but through the
local arts partner.
The local arts partner, so that you can possibly apply for grants through the California Arts Council. Challenges with that, or even in just bigger picture, with life lessons or being uncomfortable, getting into, I don't know, would you mind sharing a little bit about any of that?
I would say there's probably all kinds of things that I would do differently, if knowing the future of what you do. I think most of those things have probably served me well. I hope to think that, I learned from them or grew from them, and maybe who I am. Just getting out of my comfort zone, it's like, I love to sit back and watch people. I'll be the one that I'll go to a dinner and I'll sit in the corner and I just love to watch people. But, if going out there and promoting the theater and this role and our needs has forced me to, be more outgoing with them and
Yeah.
get out of the chair in the corner and go
Yeah.
visit with them.
Yes.
And so that's a challenge, but it's not like I haven't done it. I've done things, all my life that were in front of people. But so it's do what you might be a little bit uncomfortable doing and see where it leads you. And most people will help you.
Yes.
You know.
It's surprising,
Yes.
when you start stepping out.
Yes.
Like how many people
Well, like
were
this,
like,
if you would never have asked me to do this if, I hadn't made myself,
visible.
kind of obnoxious in the downtown, So,
Yes.
so the opportunities, it's so interesting what opportunities get put in front of you when you're kind of open to more of them.
Yeah.
I found that just amazing.
That's so good. Oh, I love that. A sound bite. You gotta take a sound bite. No, well, and I don't know how you categorize yourself. With like as far as introvert, extrovert. I know I've heard different definitions, but the one that most recently that I'm settling with is an introvert gets more of their energy from being alone and the recharge time, whereas an extrovert gets energy from outside sources and people and being around with other people. I would categorize myself as an omnivert, if that's a thing.
A mixture.
Because it really depends on who I'm talking to, how big the group is, what the context is. Like this fuels me up. I could do this all day. But I'm curious, would you categorize yourself as more, hearing you talk about how people watch in the corner, where would you put yourself in that?
Probably more the introvert.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but I never want to categorize people. But...
Yeah, I've had those tests, where yeah,
yes. Well, and even just all of the numbers and being, I just, there's so much that I can identify with. I used to consider myself just a straight introvert, that's all it was. But Jaymes is not an introvert. Jaymes is very much extroverted. And so I think he's kind of pulled me to the middle, and I like to think that I've calmed him down a little bit, but I don't know if that's true. But thank you for that. We are going to head into an ad break. Snap. We edit that out. We have a podcast. How exciting is this? And with that podcast, we are making it available for there to be ads on this podcast. A lot of podcasts do ads, but sometimes they're, bigger box stores. And this podcast is a localized podcast. And so what we would love to do is make this an opportunity for small businesses and organizations to get the word out about your business, about your organization. So if you're interested in some ad space, head to heartsofgoldmedia.com, fill out the little form that we got there, make an inquiry, or you can DM us on heartsofgold.media on Instagram, and we'll make it happen. Maybe you want to share about an event coming up. We can read that ad out on here. Maybe you want to wish someone a happy birthday. I mean, there's so many possibilities that you could do with this ad space that's available. So send us a message. Can't wait to see ya. And we're back, and I love this part of the interview, of the conversation, because we get to go into the Gold Rush round. We're going to kick it up a notch, and basically this round is rapid fire. So I'm going to ask you some questions. You say the first thing that comes to your mind. All right? No pressure.
Great. Yeah,
We've
no
just talked about introvert, extrovert, and all the things, and now I want you to think on your feet. But see, I'm not the one who's in the hot seat. So
True.
Here we go. Gold Rush round. Are we ready? Question number 1. Best grocery store.
Food Max.
Okay. Best place to take visitors.
Downtown Oroville.
Oh, yes. Best sports team.
Oh,
Local or
Oh gosh.
larger?
I don't know because I don't really follow sports.
I don't either. I don't know why I have this
I
question.
guess my grandson's soccer team is
Oh,
the best.
I love that. I love that. Grandson's soccer team. That's the best answer.
Yeah,
Best coffee.
Union Coffee Club.
Okay. Best burger.
Oh, Boss Burger.
Okay. Best hiking spot.
Oh gosh, that involves exercise.
There's our soundbite. I love it.
I do like the walk along the levee.
Okay. Oh, which
Yeah,
by the river or out in? I guess there are there two. Is there one?
No,
the one in Thermalito.
no, the one downtown.
Oh, here. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, along the river.
Okay. So I was like, because when you said levee, I think of there's a levee out at
There
Thermalito
is
that we walked
for
there
the forebay
too.
and the afterbay.
Yes. Okay. Love that. Best sunset spot.
My house.
Ooh. Okay. Don't tell people where you live.
We have a great view of the sunset from where we are.
Oh, love that. Best live music venue.
Oh, I think Oroville State Theatre.
Hey, I love that. Best museum.
Oh, I think the Pioneer Museum is amazing,
Yeah.
and the Chinese Temple. I mean,
Yes. Do you? Oh, sorry. I know this is rapid fire. Do you know that I just learned that the Chinese temple has like the oldest dragon head?
yes,
You knew that.
yes. Well,
I
only
didn't know that.
only because
Or-
any given child is helping work with the museum docents to
Yes.
create
That's
field
right.
trips
Oh.
between the school districts. So,
Yeah. It's just fascinating. I'm like, we have that here in
Yeah.
our town.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay. Best bookstore.
Oh, the library.
Ooh, I like that answer. Best mural.
Oh. I like the one in the State Theater.
Ooh, the mural
Of the lady
that's
on the
been
stairs.
restored.
Yes.
That's right, because you guys had to like slowly peel away
there were, like-
years of paint.
Yeah, 23 layers of paint or something.
Okay, so people, if you haven't seen that mural yet, you're
It's
going to
inside.
need to come to the State Theater to see that. Okay, final one. Best Mexican food.
Oh, Vallarta Grill.
Oh, okay. We like some Vallarta. They have the bean dip.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that too. Yay. Awesome. Good job. Good job with the Gold Rush round. Love it. Well, as we're kind of coming to a bit of a close, I like to always ask, what is your golden nugget of wisdom? And this can be for life. This can be for business. Something that you want the audience, the people watching to know.
I think get involved in your town. There's so many opportunities around here for things that need to be done, whether it's volunteering for a group or a cleanup or things like that. But then also look to see what kind of entertainment things you have. I think there's so many. People say, "Oh, there's nothing to do," but then there'll be 3 or 4 things, and quite often they're low or no cost. If you look around enough, and then you go and you have a great time and you meet people and you see, people that you grew up with. And, that's the benefit of a small town. So take advantage of it.
I love that. Get out of the comfort zone and go volunteer for something. Get involved. Get involved. I love that so much. Okay. This is the opportunity. This is the Claim Your Gold section. We're going to put a stake in the ground. And this is, we want you, I know we've been talking about the State Theater and all of those things, but kind of give us a plug. Like how can people reach you? How can we get involved if we wanted to do that? And, say we go to this website. I think James has posted it a couple times. How would we get involved? What's the best way?
So the stage depends on a few things. Membership.
Okay.
It's an annual membership where you get notified of what's going on monthly and things like that. We do depend on our membership for a lot of our funding.
Yeah.
Then also support the things that we do. you know, whether it's Saturday matinees or the things that people rent the theater for a concert or whatever, you know, that helps us keep us in business.
Which Saturday matinee is, what is that?
So if it's not a busy rental season, then we try to offer a older movie,
Okay.
you know, 80s, 90s, you know, classics.
Love it.
And usually one showing at noon on Saturday afternoon.
Okay.
And we try to keep it cheap. It's $5 and we offer concessions and
Okay. Oh, we can get concessions there.
yeah.
Oh, that's
popcorn and candy and soda.
Love that.
So, you know, it's older movies. We don't want to compete with Feather River Cinemas. You know, we want them to do well too. So
Well, I mean, and it's
everybody.
Yes.
Everybody needs to do well in town.
Yes. And it's it's definitely a different vibe.
It
'Cause
is.
I mean, you just walk in there and you're like, what is this place? This is so regal and cool.
Yeah.
So
A lot of people haven't seen it, or, you know, we get a lot of, for the children's movies, they'll come in and it's the first time they'll bring their little one,
yeah.
you know, and try to get them used to the theater because, you know, it's not as intimidating.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
know, and if they have to leave, you know, they don't have a huge investment, you know, if they have to leave the movie. So,
Oh, that's so true.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. I love that. I love that so much. And they're on the marquee, right? Like the digital marquee out front. They're listed.
yes, we have a scrolling calendar, and then the next 3 or 4 upcoming events are usually on the big panels.
Okay.
And we have a website, OrovilleStateTheatre.com.
Okay.
And then stage is stageorville.org. So there's
Okay.
the stageorville.org website is more the nonprofit business side, and that's where
Okay.
we'll have the arts and the Any Given Child and the board of directors and things like that.
Okay. Okay.
Where now Oroville State Theatre is mostly what's happening there.
Yeah.
So, you know, we try to offer those things. We have a Facebook page.
Okay.
Where we post
so
things
on
as well.
social media. Do you, I think you have an Instagram as well.
There is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And I think somebody's updating it. Is that you? Because it was current. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
You're on Instagram. So yeah, you're on the social channels. I love it.
We do, you know,
Yeah,
so.
it's great. You have to. That's the thing.
You do. I mean, and,
Yes.
you know, it's so funny because you'll have people, it's like, I didn't know it was happening. It was like, you know, where do
Yeah.
you look? Because
it's everywhere. Right.
it seems like it, but, you know, and then also, you know, we do, for our membership, you know, I do send out a MailChimp, you know, once a month.
Like
with
a
the calendar
newsletter
and thing.
email.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's great.
So, you know, trying to keep them informed as well.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I love it. Well, I am so excited for what's to come. I feel like there's a lot of transition, good, like, you know,
Yes.
good growth and exciting things coming up that I'm excited to be involved in. And I'm excited for other people to have the opportunity. No, this has just been so fun. Thank you so much for coming and joining us today on the Hearts of Gold podcast. You truly have a heart of gold.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for being here. Yay! Look at that.
Just really a heart of gold.
I mean, she's tough, but she has a heart of gold.
I'm a problem solver and I
I
have
feel
a heart
it.
of gold.
Good job.
Fine.
This is gold.
See, ladies?
I know. For an analytical person, it's like,
Yeah.
I don't, like,
And
'cause
have done many good deeds.
I just took a drink. Now I have to
Most helpful.
burp.
Yeah, that's me.
Gosh, it's
Heart of
not
gold.
good.
You have a heart
Like,
of gold.
this is sponsored by Erin and
team
Jaymes Lackey.